Oh. Alright. Okay.
That was tricky. Good landing.
Yeah. Stepping foot in the waters. Crystal clear waters. Oh, listen to the sound of that. The ocean waves. The sound of your feet in the water. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be flying a JetBlue Airbus A320 from Atlanta all the way over to the Bahamas. So yeah, I know it's been a while since my last post, or my last flight in the simulator world, so to speak. And that's just simply due to the fact that I've been busy adulting. I mean, if you live here in the United States and you are an adult, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The daily struggle of just doing what you need to do to keep existing. So yeah, I'm back. I've been doing some traveling as well, but now I'm here and I'm ready to make some videos for you guys. And another reason that I've been gone for a while is because I wanted to get back into the Microsoft Flight Simulator realm. And one thing about Microsoft Flight Simulator is that it is, well, at least it was very buggy, and there were a lot of issues with it. And then there's also some things that I had to figure out, like how to set up certain controls and so on. X-Plane, let's just be honest, X-Plane was a lot more simple. So it's easier to just connect with X-Plane and get a video going, but Microsoft Flight Simulator requires a little bit more knowledge and figuring things out. So yeah, so here we are in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. I think this is the latest update with the Fenix A320. And yeah, let's get going. So I'm using GSX for the ground crew and all the cool stairs you're seeing here. I'm going to go into first person mode now, make it look a little cooler. I'd say they really model this airport pretty well. Okay, let's see. Open this, move this, and here we are in this cozy A320. Man, Phoenix is really awesome. I really do enjoy flying this bird. Now that I have everything figured out and I have a co-pilot, let's get right to it. So yeah, first things first. Let's turn on the battery, 1 and 2. And then external power, of course. Let that do its thing. I think one of the biggest issues I've had with Microsoft Flight Sim was just figuring out the reverse thrust. Like, yeah, now it kind of works, but it's a little bit weird. But that was one of the things that had me, you know, just figuring it out, and that had me busy. Okay. I think I just annoyed the plane by doing that. So let me go ahead and set this thing up. Do all the tests. And then let's get the ADIRS. 1, 2, and 3. Ready? And the APU. And then the nav and logo can go on. Turn on the tablet. So you're probably wondering, hey, if you have a jetway here, why are we using stairs for the passengers? Well, the jetways in Microsoft Flight Simulator are not always reliable, and if the jetway fails to connect to the plane, you're not going to be able to see the passengers boarding, and I think that's lame. So I have stairs connected here, both to the front and back of the plane, and yeah, I prefer that than invisible passengers and a disconnected jetway. So yeah, let me go ahead and set up the ground stuff. So Microsoft Flight Simulator underwent a few updates, and I think those recent updates were really helpful. I think now the simulator is doing a lot better than it did before. Like before, I wasn't even able to load into an airport. Like certain airports, if you select that as the departure and then you hit start flight, it wouldn't even load. It would just hang, and it would show you the little loading icon, but it doesn't actually do any loading. And if I went to load into a smaller airport, it would load, and I thought to myself, wow, so you can't load into large airports? That's kind of weird, but the newest updates seem to have fixed that, so I won't complain. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have 171 passengers according to SimBrief. And then cargo is, this is 9,406 pounds. Well, I can't do that because then these numbers are going to turn red, which means we're probably overweight. So let's try 6,200 pounds. Okay, yeah, that's good. If I were to do 9,000, I guarantee you these numbers are going to turn red. Yep, see right here, it's red. That's likely means that we're going to have some overweight issues. So 6,200 is usually the sweet spot. Fuel, we're going to go with 24,000 pounds. And then fly and load aircraft, GSX boarding and refueling. So GSX is going to do all the work.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Cool. And another cool thing about Microsoft Flight Sim, you have a nice co-pilot in the cockpit with you. That adds a little touch of realism, because in no aircraft in the real world would you be flying it, by yourself, unless we're talking about like general aviation, like a Cessna. Let's turn on the APU bleed. Yeah, I haven't seen any airliners working with just one pilot. I mean, that's unrealistic. Alright, and then QNH for Atlanta is, let's see.
Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
3000. So 3.00. There we go. I just did a quick Google search. I didn't do anything special to figure that out. Okay, so this all looks good. Is that the catering? Looks like catering is doing their job. I really like having the ability to just walk around. Yeah, so catering is gonna do their thing. And I'm gonna get out of their way. Whoops, did I get lost? Cool. back to where I belong. In the flight deck. Alright. So in the meantime, I'm going to start entering the data into the FMS or the McDo. And we're going from Atlanta to the Bahamas. I don't even remember what that is. I think that's Mike Yankee November MYNN. Flight number, I don't know. This is a JetBlue, so a JetBlue. And the number 42 comes to mind. Whatever. Cost index is going to be 21 according to SimBrief. And then cruising level, flight level 330. Okay. IRS in it. Let's do align on ref. Confirm align. It's going to align in 2 minutes. Turn. Flight plan. Atlanta. Departure. SimBrief says we're going to do 27 right as the runway. And then departure is going to be starting with the letter V and ending with 3. That's this. And then this is going to be the transition. I'm going to go to flight plan so I can see what I'm doing. And let's go down to arrivals. SimBrief says we're arriving at runway 10. And oh, it says no stars available. Okay. Let me just see this whole thing. Okay, let's clear the discontinuities. And insert. Okay, I'm like all over the place. Alright. This looks good enough to me. I mean, I don't think I could complain about this flight plan.
Boarding requested.
Boarding requested. Cool. So this stuff is done. Yeah, you see it says company message here. Company MSG. That's weird. I just go to McDo menu and then I go to you don't have to connect the pushback tug. Alright. ATSU AOC menu, receive messages, load sheet, and then I just hit accept, and then that should go away. Yeah, cool. Let's turn on the radios, make sure I can hear what the flight attendants have to say. So, passengers are currently boarding, I think. Let's look at the outside of the plane. Sorry if that hurt your ears. So we got catering. Looks like a passenger bus is on the way. Fueling is happening. Man, that looks so realistic. So cool. So cool. GSX. So they're gonna drop off some passengers for me. These guys are gonna do some loading, or girls. Do their jobs. How cool is that? Dropping off the cargo. So with regards to Microsoft Flight Sim, excuse me, the Fenix, I mean, there's this button here that says send to McDo. So after all the loading is done, you can just hit send to McDo, and then that will do all the filling out, all the data entry that you need to do. So until the passengers finish loading and everything is done, I'm gonna take it easy, maybe do a little walk around, enjoy the benefits of GSX, say hello to my flight attendant, say hello to my passengers, who I'm gonna try my best not to. That was fun. Yeah, there's not really much to do until, you know, GSX is finished, so I'll meet you guys back here in a few. And we're back. I think everyone boarded the aircraft. As you can see here, it says aircraft loaded, dismissed. Let me send the data to the McDo. Success. And we have all the data filled out. So let's do the takeoff data. So to do that, you got to go to this little, you would think it'd be this runway icon, but no, it's this one. And you got to do the ICAO code, which is Kilo Alpha Tango Lima for Atlanta. Runway today is going to be runway 27, right? Right? Yeah. Wait. Yeah, 27, right. Cool. And then runway is going to be dry. Flaps is going to be 1 for takeoff. Toga is going to be yes. Nobody's doing flex in a flight simulator. I mean, at least I won't. Anti-ice is off, PAX is on. Sync the load sheet. That should populate. Oof, excuse me. Sync the live weather. Calculate. Alright. 55, 55, 56 for takeoff. 155. 151. If you were to do like 154 for V-rotate. Oh, actually I thought there was going to be like a... let me try like 142 here. Yeah, I like how there's like a V1, VR, V2 disagree. Like, that is so much attention to detail by Fenix. I mean, it's really basic stuff, but that is awesome. I like how even to the last detail, it pays close attention to the inputs that you're making into the FMS or the MiG-2. That is so cool. I appreciate that. Alright, so flaps, we have 1, and then the trim is going to be set to down. Where's the N at? Down 0.2. Down 0.2. And then we're not going to have any flex for takeoff. Looks like the nose is going to be... I don't know, let's put the nose left for pushback. So we can already get started with the prepare for pushback and departure. So let's go to departure clearance. And this little guy here should, one of these guys, I'm not going to call them little guys, but one of these bosses over here should be telling me...
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Exactly that. They should be telling me exactly that. And they're going to go ahead and do their work. I think I'm done with everything that I need to do. The calculations are done. This is set. I'm going to close the cockpit door. So yeah, another thing about GSX is there is an option.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Cool. There's an option to be able to see the passengers. So you're like, all these passengers were just like boarding the plane. How come we don't see them? Well, because I disabled the option for you to see the passengers, because that just comes with a performance issue. At least for me, I noticed the simulator becomes a little bit slower when you can actually see the passenger seated. And, you know,
locking gear.
Some of them would be playing their Nintendo Switch. Some of them would be doing things. So all of those hand movements and stuff that they're doing, I don't know, that's all CPU, I guess. So I want to give my CPU a break. Cool thing is that if you close the cockpit door, the passengers would disappear, so that would help with the performance problem. And then when you open it, they would reappear. But either way, I want to give my CPU a little bit of breathing room to process other cool things like flight dynamics. And okay, we're gonna do nose left, so let's do that. We're gonna disable the external power, and then we can start getting rid of these other things. Like, no, not that. Ground services, GPU can go, chocks can go. And then they're going to say...
Release parking brakes, please.
To release the parking brake. I'm going to turn on the beacon light, and then I'm going to turn off the parking brake. Let's get moving.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Start at will. I like the sound of that. Okay, so yeah, I think we're doing good. All doors are closed. Yeah, you got everybody doing what they're supposed to do. Nice. So I'll go ahead and set this to ignition, and we can go ahead and start engine number 2. And let's listen to that sound from the cabin. Turn those headphones up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features of our Airbus A320 aircraft. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard our Airbus A320. Please pay attention to illuminated signs and crew instructions, including the following safety procedures.
Please set parking brakes.
The safety card found in your seat pocket contains important information about
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 8 emergency exits on this
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect. Unlocking gear.
Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Do not inflate the life jacket inside the aircraft.
Goodness, I hope I didn't deafen anyone. Alright, so it looks like both engines started. And I'm going to set the trim to down 0.2, right? That's it. I don't even think I have to move it any more than that. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so I'm going to set auto brakes to max. I'm going to turn off the APU bleed, turn off the APU. We don't need it. Set these signs to whatever they need to be set to. Turn on this transponder. Weather radar. Just make sure this is on. Flight controls. Alright. Let's do it from the outside. Or cabin view. Full left. Full right. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Alright, flight controls look good. Spoilers. Speed brake lever. Okay, good. I'm gonna arm this. Set this to normal mode. Flaps. So the jetway can move for other planes, but it doesn't move for me. I feel discriminated.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff. Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Thank you, flight attendants. I feel like I'm missing something. TO config, that's what I'm missing. TO config. Hit that. And then let's get a follow me car. Because you know I am lazy. I think we said 27 right. Follow me car, yes. Follow me car is on its way. So this follow me car is behind you. It's behind me? Oh, am I supposed to do a U-turn? Okay, I guess I gotta make a big fat U-turn. Alright, park brakes off. Let's get moving. With a little bit of juice. Oh, listen to that. Listen to that. You know, just the other day at LaGuardia Airport, there was a Delta, 2 CRJs that collided into each other. I mean, and here am I setting a good example by bussing a U-turn with all these planes parked over here. It's like I didn't learn from other people's mistakes. And as my name suggests, we are going to be winging it, so I'm just gonna wing this U-turn. Nice and easy. Okay, I can see the follow me car. After you, good sir. Is he gonna start moving? Yes, he's moving. Good. He better move. Good. Don't make a U-turn. Don't make a U-turn. I'm gonna slow down. If you get too close to the follow me car, he's gonna actually quit his job. Like he's gonna say that he doesn't feel safe, and then he's gonna pretty much quit. So I've seen that before, and I am not about to go through that. Oh, he quit. He totally quit. Okay, you know what? I assume this is a completely different employee from the last one. That last one probably just upped and left. Just took off his badge, tore off his uniform, and just left. Alright, let's see if this one passes the vibe check. This guy clearly knows what he's doing. Okay, so far so good. Now I'm pretty sure I have a great idea of where we're gonna go. Colors of the terminal. Whoops. And keep my eyes on the road. So yeah, it wasn't just Microsoft Flight Simulator that got all the updates. It looks like Fenix has been updating like crazy since the last time I used it, so it's gonna be a really, really nice flight. Oh, okay. Well, that just happened. car doesn't let you take the whole runway. It's like, I hope your takeoff is unsuccessful. You run out of runway. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so before I even get on the runway, I'm going to turn on the landing lights. Set this to TO, just turn on the strobe lights. Everything here looks good. And then I can start taxiing onto the runway. Flaps are set, trim is set. First officer is ready for this. Runway 27 right. I think that's the cleanest lineup I can get. That is the cleanest lineup I can get, and I'm not talking about the barbershop. Alright, so everything here looks good. I'm going to start this clock in a second. They say that the Fenix A320 is one of the most realistic Airbus simulations out there to date, so let's test that out. I'm going to hold down the nose, make sure my map's good. Start the clock. And we are going to go half power. Toga, baby. Takeoff power is set. Bit of left rudder, 80 knots, left rudder, more left rudder, really hammering that left rudder, really hammering that left rudder. V1, rotate, nice and easy, we don't want to tail strike, nice and easy. Look at how smooth that was. We have positive climb gear up. Hello, Atlanta. Okay, looking about ready to put up the flaps. Speed check flaps up. Going climb plus. Turn on the autopilot. Check out the view a little bit. Look, even though I have an RTX 4090, I don't think I have the scenery turned all the way up, so because I still do experience some performance issues sometimes, so. Lever ASIM, that means that my hardware is not. Okay, the thrust levers are not perfectly in sync. Okay, looks like it is now. Okay. And away we go. Wow, look at that. Like I always say, I've been on a real A321 not too long ago. You could even see it in one of my previous videos. And when I say this looks...
Please keep your seatbelt fastened whilst the seatbelt sign is on.
Thank you.
Recommend that you keep your
say this looks like the real thing, it definitely does. Side stick fault. Cool. I mean, I don't feel like the side stick has any fault, so I'm gonna ignore that. It feels fine to me. You're climbing smoothly. I'm gonna do an outside view, so watch your ears. We are passing 10,000 feet. It's tracked. Turn this off. Seatbelt signs are off. Passengers can go out. Cabin ground spoilers can be disarmed. And we are good to go. Nothing but smooth sailing from here on out. So, as I always say every flight, I am going to hand it over to you guys and have you just enjoy the view, relax, take it easy, de-stress, and enjoy the flight. Okay, it looks like it's time for us to descend. Actually, I think I passed the top of descent mark, so I'm a little bit late, but better late than never. Let's start the descent. I think I still have some time to make it. Not bad. The view is pretty nice. Even though we're not really there yet, but I can tell that we're approaching crystal clear waters. Wow, look at that. Sweet. Company messages don't stop, do they? I'll turn on the fasten seatbelt sign as we descend. I'm really late on the descent, so more than likely I'm going to go off course a little bit, just to allow myself a little bit more time to drop to the required altitude for landing. Well, I'm no tour guide, but because I have this beautiful map over here, I can say that if you look to your right, you'll see the Andros, if I pronounce that right, Andros. And we were just passing the Berry Islands, and we're making our way to the Bahamas. I really have to exaggerate this descent a little bit. Because I didn't start the descent in time. Okay, we're about to... Oh, I wonder what the transition altitude is here, actually. Let me go ahead and enter some of this data. This should be 299 for this location.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for landing.
$2,500.
Look at the vibration on the flaps. Gotta love that Fenix realism. Okay, we're about to get our altitude. place is. Wow. So from the flight, I want to already hop on a boat. Do some fishing. I'm barely moving the joystick. Things are kind of calm. Too many movements.
1,000.
Slow. Is this the place where there's a lot of
500.
crocodiles? I think it's a lot of crocodiles here. Or alligators or whatever. The Bahamas has a lot of that. Okay, we got 3 whites. That's not what we want. This runway looks kind of short, so I'm not going to mess around unless I want to do a go-around. Oh, it's a little windy. Okay, not bad.
50.
Too
30.
low. Terrain.
20. Retard.
Whoa.
10.
Alright. Okay.
That was tricky. Good landing
Yeah.
after all.
Oh, man. Oh, finally the nose gear came down. Okay, of course it's off. Well, that was interesting. And I made one fatal mistake, guys. Please don't kill me. I did not hit the record button on this FCR so that I could see the replay. I am so sorry about that. I am so used to X-Plane that I completely forgot that you have to do that. Oh, the reverses were still out. I completely forgot. But you know what? I will keep this in mind for the next video. I'm so sorry. Don't kill me. Alright, so where are we going to turn to? That was too awesome of a landing to not see again. Oh, man. So, I'm gonna get a follow me car to gate 2. Turn on the speed brakes disarm.
The cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties.
As I can turn off this clock, I can start the video. Doing some differential braking here. Just tapping my toes. Moving my tiller. Okay, so before I park, I don't really want to rely on the jetway. Like I said, like it almost always doesn't work. So I'm gonna switch over to customize airport positions, and then I said we're gonna do gate 2, and then I'm going to put that there's no jetway, and then I'm going to ask for a passenger bus. Hit apply. Just so that we're not relying on the gate, because what will happen is the gate the jetway may or may not connect, and if it doesn't connect, then you won't be able to see the deboarding process, and that's no fun. We want to see the deboarding. I think what that does though is that it stops the marshaller from giving directions, so that's fine. I don't mind. He's just gonna stand there like a statue, and I'm cool with that. I am comfortable with just parking by myself. Let's inch up a little bit more. Let's stop at the line. Stop. Okay. Well, that's it. Strobe should be taxi license.
The boarding requested.
Yeah, request boarding. See what signs come up. Start getting up. Turn this off. Unless I'm going to take it for another spin, which I'm probably not. Waiting to read open the cargo door, that will happen on its own. Okay, they're attaching the stairs, that's good. Doors are beginning to open. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Bahamas. External power is ready to go.
Passengers bus is coming.
Passengers bus is coming. Boarding is going to commence. Here we are. So we'll sit tight for the boarding process to start.
Passengers deboarding started.
Okay, passengers have started the boarding. I am going to open up the cockpit door. And greet my passengers as they make their way out of the aircraft. Alright, we got one person, we got another one coming down. Thank you for flying with JetBlue. Hope that landing wasn't too rough for you. We have another one. Thank you for flying JetBlue. Thank you, little one, for flying with us. Alright, well, you know what? I did record the landing, but here's one thing I'm gonna do. One thing I'm gonna do is get the heck away from this loud airplane. One thing I'm gonna do is try to see if I can explore. So, in my honest opinion, I think that if you are to fly somewhere from point A to point B, I mean, what are most of the passengers gonna do, right? They're gonna probably, from the flight, go to somewhere to eat, maybe go check into their hotels, and they are going to explore the destination. So in my honest opinion, I think that's what we should do, especially in a beautiful place like this. So I'm gonna try to see if I can explore this island for you guys as a treat for forgetting to record the landing. So here's my comeback for that. So let us explore. Well, here I am walking down the streets of the Bahamas, and it looks like I stumbled upon a restaurant called the MYNN. Now, I don't know if this is real because I've never been to the Bahamas, but I'm gonna do a quick Google search and see if this tour is actually legit. Alright, well, if I'm being completely honest, I cannot confirm if this restaurant is real or not, but I mean, I do appreciate that they have this kind of, like, I mean, at least they have restaurants at all. And this is not just some kind of, like, fake scenery entirely. I don't know. If anyone watching this video has been to the Bahamas, maybe you can confirm the existence of that restaurant, but I definitely cannot. But if it is real, that's a +1 for Microsoft Flight Sim. Oh. Yeah, the scenery definitely isn't perfect, but let's check out the beach. Man, if only I can take off this pilot uniform and get in my beach wear, my snorkeling mask. Check it out. We have another aircraft flying by. Here we are. Stepping foot in the waters. Crystal clear waters. Oh, listen to the sound of that. The ocean waves. The sound of your feet in the water. Let's do a third person view. Nice. I don't think this waterhead has any depth to it, so I think the more you walk is, yeah, nothing's really gonna change in terms of depth. I don't think this was meant to be modeled, but I still think this is cool. Running along the beach in Microsoft Flight Sim in the Bahamas. I mean, what's the point? If you're gonna fly all the way out here, you gotta have a little fun. If there was a bar, I wish they had a simulated bar. I'd definitely go and grab a drink. I mean, I flew all the way out here and I survived that ridiculous landing, so the least I can do is get a drink. You know, one cool idea for this sim would be to have a car that can kind of like a rental car that you can just rent after you land from any destination and just drive around the destination. And an even cooler idea for an add-on would be like if your destination includes a really nice beach, to have like a nice little bar or something like that, or some kind of hangout. So I don't know, these are really cool ideas for Microsoft Flight Sim. I mean, make it more than just a flight sim. Make it like a nice hangout sim. I'm gonna run my feet in the water again. I like the sound of that. It makes me feel like I'm on vacation. See if I can pick up any seashells. Well, there you have it, guys. A nice flight to the Bahamas. Let's see if I can get back to my aircraft. Well, it looks like I may have broke the sim trying to get back to the plane, but whatever. I'm happy here with the palm trees. So, as you know, I was winging it the whole entire time. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I will try to make some more videos. Like I said, I'd like to fly an A350. I'd like to fly a Dash 8. I mean, there's so many different things I'd like to try. So stay tuned. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.